Tony Stark is a weapons manufacturer but gets captured by terrorists. He builds an Iron Man suit in a cave using this, which also happens to keep shrapnel out of his heart. He gets home, fights his business partner, and who needs a secret identity?
I am Iron Man.
Nick Fury breaks into his house and Avengers Initiative. Bruce Banner is the Hulk. General Ross hates him for no reason, creates Abomination, but that doesn't work out so well. R.I.P. Harlem. Bruce goes into hiding, leaves his girlfriend Betty behind, and will later transform into Mark Ruffalo. Iron Man 2 exists only to give us Black Widow and make War Machine look a little bit different. In the cosmos, Thor gets stripped of his powers and banished to Earth, where he meets Jane and Hawkeye and learns he can't trust his half-brother Loki. Thor gets home, leaves his new girlfriend behind, saves Asgard, and loses his brother Loki into a black hole. Years prior, skinny Steve Rogers gets the super soldier serum, and he's suddenly beautiful. Wait, seriously, look at those pecs. He fights in World War II, loses his friend Bucky, and gets a hold of the Tesseract, crashes it into the ocean where he becomes a capsicle, and leaves his girlfriend behind. Noticing a trend here? Hey, Loki lives! He gets the Tesseract, turns Hawkeye bad, and tries to invade New York City with a Chitauri army. Cap gets thawed out, Agent Coulson dies, and who's crying? I'm not crying. The Avengers have a Hulk, so they win the Battle of New York, send Loki back to Asgard as a prisoner, and introduce his secret boss, this purple dude who your friends pretended to know when the scene played in theaters. More in a sec. Hey, Coulson's not dead, but he's on TV now, so he might as well be. Tony deals with wormhole PTSD, fights some guy who is not the Mandarin, and puts on a fireworks show for Pepper Potts because she hates how much he loves his suits. Thor 2 is but the takeaway here is Malekith has the Reality Stone, and when he goes down, it goes to the Collector. Captain America takes on Hydra, who are using his old pal Bucky as a brainwashed super assassin called the Winter Soldier, and whoa, he caught Cap's shield! They do get out, Black Widow helps save the day, and Cap won't fight Bucky, so Bucky helps save Steve. Hashtag bromance. Up in space, the Guardians of the Galaxy, led by 80s music lover Star-Lord, who?
Star-Lord, man.
Have to stop Ronan from destroying Xandar. Ronan is working for Thanos, the purple dude who hired Loki earlier. He's described as
the most powerful being in the universe.
Each of the Guardians have their own reason to want to kill Thanos. The Collector explains to the Guardians that the Infinity Stones are the 6 stones powerful enough to destroy the entire universe. Power, soul, mind, space, reality, and time. And boom goes the museum. The Guardians have
Part of a plan.
dancing saves the galaxy, and the Power Stone is locked away on Xandar with the Nova Corps. Back on Earth, the Avengers finish Hydra. Tony accidentally creates Ultron, a really douchey robot. And the Vision is created thanks to the Mind Stone being planted firmly in his head. And whoa, he can hold Thor's hammer. Ultron is thwarted and Quicksilver dies. Kinda sad, but who's crying? This time, we're actually not. Retired Ant-Man Hank Pym recruits burglar Scott Lang to stop an evil plot and gives him a new suit to do so. Hijinks ensue, but beware of the Quantumverse. That place is so small, time doesn't even exist there, and you do not want to be trapped there forever. General Ross returns and wants the Avengers to be governed. Tony is for it, but Cap is all like, yeah, the government is bad. Bucky is framed for killing Black Panther's dad. He really did kill Tony's parents way back in his brainwash days, but Cap knew all along. Everyone fights, including Spider-Man. No one really wins. Rhodey is paralyzed, Bucky is placed in cryo-sleep in Wakanda, and half of the Avengers end up in jail. Enter Doctor Strange, a super surgeon in need of spiritual healing to fix his post-car accident shaky hands. He gets the Time Stone, saves Hong Kong, and uses the time loop to defeat Dormammu. The Guardians meet Peter Quill's father. He is literally a planet, bless his mother's heart. Plot twist, he's evil, and Gamora and Nebula agree their dad, Thanos, is also super evil. Peter Quill realizes it was Yondu who was his dad all along, but Yondu dies. Who's crying? I'm not crying. Seriously, please just stop cutting onions near me. Spider-Man comes back to America, dates Vulture's daughter, and thwarts his evil plan to hijack Tony's stuff after Avengers Tower is sold to someone. Baxter building, anyone? The Hulk pops back up on Sakaar, fights Thor, who now has a great sense of humor, and they team up to stop Thor's long-lost sister Hela, the goddess of death, from destroying Asgard after Odin dies. Loki steals the Tesseract, aka the Space Stone, and Thor is permanently winking. Back to Earth! Black Panther fights off Eric Killmonger and launches a Wakanda coming out party by telling the world who Wakanda really is. Meanwhile, Thanos is collecting the Infinity Stones to fill his Infinity Gauntlet in Infinity War because he wants to wipe out half of the universe to make life better for the other half. There's some fighting, more fighting, fighting in space, and a bunch more fighting. The heroes lose, Thanos wins, and Spider-Man turns to dust. Very sad. While that was happening, Ant-Man was at it again with the Wasp this time, and she's basically Ant-Man but with wings and blasters and overall cooler. Ant-Man gets trapped in the quantum realm because his ant family gets dusted in the snapping. Bringing the big guns, Captain Marvel is basically Superman, and she takes us back to 1995 where Nick Fury becomes her best friend and she becomes the most powerful hero in the universe. Watch out, Thanos.